The buttons have been pushed, and we are live here on season 1, episode 22 of the First of the Worst podcast. I am Brendan Murphy with my co-host,
Steve Arendis.
Steve, what's great about 22 episodes is I think that's the typical run for an entire order of shows for a season from a TV network.
Yeah, this is a major network show.
So were we to be simulcast, we would have had this would be the end of season 1.
End of season 1, but it's
end
not
of season 1. Well, season 1 is unending.
Yeah, it's never going to end.
It's never going to end. Hopefully. It kind of got morbid there for a second. When I thought about the potential ways they could kill off a character, I guess. One of the two of them.
Yeah, well, we'll see, but you can always come back. Maybe depends how things work.
We'll see. I mean, many people seem to think Jon Snow's coming back, so maybe we'll get the fiery god will raise us from the inferno.
Maybe I'll come back as a White Walker next season. You never know.
A whiter walker.
Yeah. Maybe.
So this week's podcast is something that most people do, but most people don't like. And that is workout.
Oh, yeah.
Go to the gym. But specifically, it's more like trends with classes.
Yeah, different trends, gadgets, things that people do. Workout fads, workout trends, whatever you want to call it.
We'll call it workout trends when we're probably labeling it.
Yeah. Because, like, working out itself is a chore. Some people like it. Those people are crazy.
Yeah.
But workout trends are the worst part of working out. Is they are cool for like a year, sometimes more, sometimes they last a while. And there's different reasons they're bad. And I think we'll get into that as we go along here. I have different reasons for some of these being bad as we talk about them. Some of them just don't work. Some of them are annoying. Some of them are annoying when other people do them.
But you mostly did like actual exercises. You didn't do like auxiliary things like the headband is not on your list or something like that, correct?
Well, no, there's not a headband on my list, but there are like devices to work out with.
Okay.
There were so many things that like I couldn't fit them all. Like this is one where like people will be like, I can't believe you didn't put this one on the list because there's so many bad workout things.
Yeah, like, okay, like guy who talks on the cell phone while walking on the treadmill. That's not a bad workout trend. That's just a bad person.
No, it's bad gym guy. We could have a whole nother podcast about bad gym stuff.
Okay. I would say that's just a bad guy.
Yeah.
You know that guy talks on the phone on the CTA too very loudly.
Or when I go to the gym at work, there's two ladies who often come in and walk slowly on two treadmills next to each other and just talk.
And go on like 2.5 speed.
Yeah, and I'm just like, why don't you just go outside? It's nice out.
Yeah.
Now, I get it if it's like 0 degrees maybe and they want to get a little walk in, but like, come on.
Well, there's a finite, I'm familiar with that gym, and there's a finite amount of treadmills. There's like 5 of them.
Yeah, it's not like a real gym. It's like an office building workout room.
So that is rather annoying.
It is annoying. And they like give you a look if like they can't get next to each other. I'm like, just go away. All right, let's get into this. Top 10 workout fads, trends. I'm sure we'll have some different ones here because there were so many options, and there's ones I have written down that just aren't. I didn't even make my list. So I'll start it out. What's your number 10, Brendan?
I went with Zumba.
Zumba. See, did not make my list. Was on my other list. Zumba. What are your thoughts on Zumba?
I think it's like funny. that would be why I think it's kind of worth it.
It's just like new jazzercise, kind of, right? It's just like dancing workout.
I have a lot of 80s on my trends.
I actually don't, so this will work out good. That will cover a lot of the two different things.
It's just like, it's like ethnic dancing, kind of like. Maybe I'm getting this wrong. I gotta get the specifics of the music down.
In my head, it's like Brazilian, but
that sounds right. Colombian.
And they wear weird stuff like baggy pants and like it's a racket to sell like Zumba gear. I feel
like flowy skirts that you somehow work out in,
or like really baggy like Aladdin pants.
Yes, that's more like it, or hammer pants, if you will.
Yeah.
Although now I think it's definitely come back, and now I think it's more like a yoga pant.
In Zumba.
In Zumba.
Okay.
Well, now it's just like they have it at my gym.
They have it everywhere now.
It's like you don't after kickbox cardio, there's Zumba.
Gotcha.
I mean, like if there was going to be like Zumba on ESPN, they'd be wearing all of the, as you said, Aladdin gear. And that is, now that I'm looking at it, very much in line, accurate with what it would be.
My wife's mother does Zumba, and I've seen her wear like these baggy pants. I'm like, what are those? So that's how I know about the pants. All right. My number 10, I have a lot of like, you know how we cheat a lot and put like groups of things? I have a lot of them this week because there were so many things. I call this one ab scams. Because there's so many of these. So there's and none of them will actually get you a 6-pack abs. None of them. So remember the ab rocker, which is like a thing you lay down in to like make doing crunches easier, but like the whole point of doing crunches is they're supposed to be hard, so that's why it's a workout. There's another thing called an ab lounge, which is like a lounge chair that you lean back in over and over again that was supposed to work out your abs. There's a ton more. And then most famously, there's 8-minute abs.
8 minutes.
Which is a video.
7-minute abs at one point? Or was that just a joke from something about Mary?
Something about Mary, but I think somebody came up with 6-minute abs at some point, actually. But 8-minute abs is just a video, and if you worked out your abs 8 minutes a day and that was the only workout you did, there's no way you're gonna have good abs.
Well, side note, you didn't eat.
Yeah. Side note: 8-minute abs also came with buns of steel. If you ordered right now. But I don't know much about buns of steel. But yeah, ab scams. They were all over the place in like the late 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah, there is a lot less of like the order home fitness equipment type stuff now than there used to be, I feel like. I
kind of agree with that.
I kind of wonder why.
Maybe it's like we're more into classes and videos and things. Because videos kind of came back.
Well, like, you can get them on demand.
Yeah, videos were big in like the 80s and like early 90s, but videos are back, and I have a few of them on. I have some on this list that we'll hit on that have the comeback videos. And I guess we'll get to my number 9 now, which is kind of in the same mode of scams. This is another fake one, and it's anything to do with Tony Little.
Okay.
I don't know if are you aware of Tony Little?
Is it the Tony Little Gazelle? Is that one of his products?
His most famous product was the Gazelle Freestyle. And he was like this goofy meathead who like wore makeup and had a ponytail, but I do not think is gay. And today's Pride, and there will be nothing wrong with that. He
could get married in any state today.
Yeah, congrats, Tony Little, if you want to.
If that's what you want.
I think he's actually married to a woman. He had a glorious ponytail and always seemed like he was about to have a heart attack from yelling. And yeah, his most famous product was the Gazelle Freestyle, which was like, how would you describe it? It was like you strap both your feet into this thing and you just like scissored really fast with your feet forward and back.
Well, didn't it have some sort of arm motion too?
Yeah, it was kind of like,
it's like a crossover kind of thing. So you're
kind of like an elliptical, but like more like back and forth rather than circular is how I would describe it. And sometimes he would get leaning forward and back, and I don't know, but he had all these like workout scams. There was a few different guys that had workout scams. He was one. He was my favorite.
Oh, there have been. I mean, I'm going to get to a great one in a minute, but workout scams are one of the great parts of working out. I mean, Jane Fonda.
Yeah, yeah. But hey, I can't say it's a scam because she still looks great, and she's like 1 million years old.
Yeah, I mean, I still would.
She looks great.
I got that new queen bed, Jane. So, yeah, I got a queen bed. This has been something we've been discussing off the air mostly for a better part of 2 years. Finally went through with it.
How's your back feeling now?
Pretty good. The funny thing is, I bought that bed, and I put together the bed frame, Ron.
Yeah.
And I bought a bed frame that had a support beam down the middle. My dad sees a support beam, and then he insinuates that I'm getting that support beam because of all the sex I'm having, not because I have a bad back.
Oh, I see you, son. You got one of those beds with the fuck beam.
Yeah, he called me a fuck monster. True story. I don't even know what a fuck monster is. It's like one of the bad guys from Space Jam going to town on the Olsen twin is what
I would guess it's one of those like anime tentacle monsters.
Well, that's what he thinks I am. And I didn't have the heart to be like, yes, from a back. So I was just like, yep, Dad. I'm just Wilt Chamberlaining the women of Wrigleyville.
Dropping 100. All right, who's your number 9? Okay. Or what's your number 9?
Okay, so this would be like a group that's called Caveman. It would be circuit training.
Okay.
But I found one that I thought was hilarious and terrible. It's apparently specific to Chicago This is like a list of like top national, and this one is actually specific to Chicago. And aside, I think CrossFit is retarded. So I'd rather do this than CrossFit, but it's pretty much the same thing. I just like the name better.
What is it?
The caveman workout.
Oh, the cave. So it was the cave. So what?
So it was called the caveman workout. You're like throwing.
I'm going to talk about CrossFit.
Throwing sandbags and swinging sledgehammer and carrying kegs up towers and then dropping them and then picking them up and then running down and picking them up and carrying them back up the tower.
So it's like World's Strongest Man for people who aren't that strong.
It's 45 minutes of primal cardio bliss. That was my own original line.
You should talk to them about using that line.
I think that's pretty good.
You should sell that line to them.
It sounds like a tag from the video, doesn't it? If it's
It really does. That's good. Hey, and we'll get into CrossFit
But this
later.
the next one is my favorite. And
Okay.
I really hope you didn't see this, but you're going to be so upset that you didn't.
Oh, what is it?
Okay, so I didn't do as much research this week because, well, truthfully, we kind of had to get this in pretty quick. And secondly, like I go to the gym a lot, so I don't need to like get like a Wikipedia list of like 100 things because I know what I like and I don't. But I did do a little research, which is where the caveman workout came from, which is where this next one came from. And it was a series of videos in 2002 called DMX's Thug Workout.
Love it.
And it was done by the Rough Riders, and it was workouts from the streets. You don't need anything but the things you find on the streets to work out.
So, like,
in the video I saw the
hubcaps?
guys just doing like, but it wasn't even accurate because there's still a pull-up bar randomly, like where they were. And I mean, I know that I can run on the lake, and there is like a pull-up bar somewhere down there, but not like I can't just like walk down the street and like find a pull-up bar. Like, this is, and then they have gangster rap, and they are dropping a lot of N-bombs.
Love it.
A lot of them.
Like, do you remember in like that same time frame, like 2002, 2003, when there was like a video game for PlayStation that was like Def Jam's Fight Pit, and it was just like a fighting game that you just pick rappers and fought each other?
No, but that's an awesome thing.
I assume DMX was the best character. I don't know for sure.
I mean, I think Suge Knight probably be a pretty good character.
Oh yeah,
we know he's got an arsenal of weapons.
And I assume like Wu-Tang Clan members like knew like kung fu and stuff. All right. So my number 8 then is We Fit.
Oh geez, that is a racket. You're right.
We Fit anything we. So my wife had a We Fit. So I've actually done a We Fit workout, and it's not a good workout at all. And people convince themselves that like We Fit was a good way to get in shape, or like playing Wii games in general was a good way to get in shape. When in reality, it wasn't even as good a workout as if you just had your old Nintendo with a power pad and played track and field from like 1986.
Oh, that game was hard. Also, possibly the glove from Tyson's Punch-Out, which I never actually had. I only have seen in the movie
The Wizard.
The Wizard.
I feel like it didn't work as cool as it worked in the movie.
I'm sure it didn't.
Yeah, the power pad was awesome though. You do the track and field, you do the hurdles, and if you just went fast enough, you can run over every hurdle, and that was like the good technique. And you never actually picked up your feet. You just like
you just had to
fast up and down.
Yeah, had to tap them up and down really fast.
Still a better workout than We Fit. Still a better workout than We Fit. The only cool thing We Fit had going for it was some balance stuff you could do.
And did it make like your body type?
Kinda, yeah. Like it would like BMI calculate and all that weird stuff. Like it was like it would like weigh you, and it was some good like balance stuff you could do on it. It was like the best stuff because it could like tell like how you were leaning. But besides that, like jog, and you're like jogging on a We Fit is like the dumbest thing in the world you could do.
I mean, jogging on a regular thing is already so dumb, and this is even worse than that.
Speaking of things that are dumb, maybe actually this one's not dumb. Number 7, I just put on the list because I want an explanation of what it is, because it's weird. It's pretty like commonplace, and I have no clue what it is. What the hell is Pilates?
Okay, so there's mat Pilates.
Okay,
which is pretty similar to yoga, I would say.
Yeah, like right.
Yoga people would probably be offended that I said that. And then there's like machine Pilates, which is like holding positions with like tension on your body.
Yeah, so I've always viewed Pilates as like, yeah, like the machine stuff. So I always called it cyborg yoga, kind of, because you're like hooked to machines and doing yoga in my head.
Okay.
But I don't know if that's what it is at all. Like I don't. There's like these weird machines you're hooked up to, and it looks like you're just stretching on machines.
I think it's very difficult.
I assume it's a good workout, maybe.
Yeah.
This is my 7 and up are things I just don't like, but like you could actually probably get in shape doing. I think you can get in shape doing Pilates, but I actually don't not like it. I just don't know what the fuck it is, and I wanted to bring it up so somebody could clue me in.
I think I gave you a decent explanation relative to my lacking.
All right. So what's your number 7?
All right, and I'm sticking with the 80s things. Many of mine are things you could have seen on ESPN2 in the early mornings.
Oh, awesome.
Circa 1994. This one has a place close to my heart because I was this for Halloween one year. Jazzercise.
Jazzercise. I think this is kind of the predecessor to Zumba.
I think they might have been like kind of at the same time.
Really? Jazzercise has been around forever. Was Zumba around back then?
It was definitely around in the 80s, I thought.
All I know is that if you were like playing sports in my high school and you stayed like, or for not just sports, but if for some reason you stayed late enough on a certain day of the week, you'd walk through like the commons area and there'd be like ladies doing jazzercise if you were at the high school late enough, and it'd be really weird.
Okay, Zumba started in the 90s. Jazzercise is definitely 80s centric. So
gotcha.
Or Zumba started with white people in the 90s. I'm sure it's like centuries old.
Maybe. Actually, it was probably just some dude from Colombia like co-opted it, which is a trend for a lot of these things, I think. They're like somebody takes something else and like profits off of it, something that like wasn't necessarily profited off of before.
Cultural exploitation is what America was built on. So I was a jazzerciser for Halloween in Madison, Wisconsin in 2004.
Mm-hmm.
Me and my friend Ben Protest, who now writes for the New York Times.
Nice.
He probably is not that excited I'm about to out him on this story. And we had these really tight sweatpants, and then we put socks in our crotches and just walked around with these huge bulges all night, getting so drunk. And I just remember I looked at him, and he was like kind of like wobbling back and forth. And he puts his arm around me. He goes, "All I have in the world, Murph, is you and my bulge." Made me really happy to be in his life priority list, adjacent to his fictional bulge.
Adjacent to a wad of socks.
A wad of socks, which I'm sure I wore mine again. I don't know about him. I probably still have those socks.
Yeah, jazzercise, I always just thought it was hilarious when I'd see him in high school at the end of the day. I'm like, this doesn't fit. But I know it still exists. People still do it. It's not gone.
No, it does. It's not. And my
it's an actual workout.
Yeah, it is. And my number 6 is just varying dance classes.
Okay.
You have, like the hip hop stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, maybe Zumba counts. To me, Zumba's more like aerobic.
Yeah.
Than that. And then in high school, we had line dancing for gym.
Oh, you know what?
You also learned the Thriller dance as part of that,
which
is clearly not line dance.
It is. It's a line dance.
It's a line dance, but not like country line dance.
Yeah. You might have this on your list. If you do, we won't talk about it because I don't. There's also strip pole dancing.
I do have it on my list.
Okay, we'll talk about it later.
It's a separate.
I forgot about that. All right. My number 6 is one I kind of really don't like at all, but I need to talk about it. And I call it, there's a lot of slashes in this one too. Fun runs / adventure runs / any organized running in general. Unless you win the run, the race, then I give you credit for it.
I agree. Whenever someone's like, I ran a marathon this weekend, I always want to be like, did you win?
What place you come in?
Yeah. Then why are you wearing a medal?
Yeah. See, that's it, right? Don't give medals. This isn't. You're not fifth. You're not like 5-year-olds.
And then don't wear it to the office the next day.
Yeah, you can wear your like I participated in the Boston Marathon jacket, but don't wear your medal. You didn't win.
Unless
worse than that are like the fun
if you
runs,
won.
Though.
If you won, you of course can wear your medal. But what if you finish like really 4th place? How angry are you that everyone gets the same medal as you?
Pissed. Except I think you probably win money.
Okay.
If you finish high enough in a lot of them.
It's a matter of principle still.
Yeah. But then there's like the fun runs now, where it's like color run, and like they throw like dust in your face. It's colors, and you have an asthma attack probably. And then there's like all the things that are like the Tough Mudder, Spartan Race, and they're like low level versions of like boot camp training like runs.
Those things are my nightmare. The whole thing, and I've seen this on the challenge, and I think you do this in Tough Mudder, where you have to crawl in the mud under barbed wire. That's just like screams claustrophobia to me.
See, I'm not claustrophobic. I can handle that. The thing in those I would never be able to do are like the things with like live electrical currents.
Okay, that I'm not huge on either.
I'm not huge on getting shocked.
I guess I just have faith that even though you surely signed some waiver, they're probably not covered from electrocuting you.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I've had heart problems in the past. I'm not about getting electrocuted. I don't think it's a good option. And you get medals for like finishing like Tough Mudders and things like that too.
That to me is kind of more impressive than certainly more impressive than anything that has a K in it.
What if it?
Unless it was 100K.
Yeah, 5Ks are a joke.
5K
I've actually never done a 5K.
You've done it many times when you just went to the gym and ran 3 miles.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like I've never signed. I've done like a 10K and a 15K run, which is stupid.
Well, 15K, you're getting to the point where it's like that's a pretty good amount of mileage.
Like I had to get ready for that.
What's that, like 8 miles?
It's almost 10.
It's almost 10 miles. I mean, that's a lot of miles.
Yeah. And that's when I decided there's no way I'll ever run a marathon because it's dumb. It just takes up too much
you
time.
got all the way to, you basically got to the half.
Yeah. I should have just run a half marathon. But yeah, I didn't get a medal for that though. It was a hot chocolate, so I got like a bunch of chocolate fondue and stuff at the end and a Michelob Ultra. The official drink of runs.
Stick with Mick.
Yeah, and the worst part is like, so I feel like these are way more popular now than they used to be. Would you agree with that?
Okay, well I would, but here's the one.
Or just like in the age range where they're more common.
Because we're just white yuppies. I think they are more popular, but they're always for charity. So there is like that redeeming.
They're not though. That's what I was just gonna bring up. They're not always for charity. There are a bunch of for-profit places doing these. They're not always for charity.
Isn't the color run for like St. Jude or something?
Maybe, but do you think they're giving all the money to St. Jude? It's like the NFL with like their pink merchandise.
The color run should be like for some organization that fights racism. Let's be real.
Yeah. I think they just all now they have like loose ties to some like charity, but they don't donate that much. I could be pulling this all out of my ass, but I'm against big color run, big fun run.
You're against the big color run industry.
Yeah.
So it is funny. My nephew, everyone in my family besides me ran the color run. It was like 2 weeks ago, and my nephew loves it because he's 4. But at the end of the race, he was apoplectic because there was no black. And he wanted all of the colors, and black was not in the color option.
Color run's racist.
Color run is racist. That's what I was going for.
Color run's racist.
And my nephew is inclusive of everyone.
Yeah.
At age 4. Yeah,
good kid. Good kid. All right. On to number 6, which is another one we can just bitch about. And I'm pretty sure we have bitched about it in the podcast before. And it's only this high because I think it's a legit way to get into really good shape. But CrossFit people are the worst. And I'm sorry to my friends who I know do CrossFit.
I mean, I've dated some very beautiful girls who do CrossFit.
But yeah, like the classic CrossFit joke is, how do you like a vegan and atheist and a CrossFit person walking into a bar? How do you know? They'll tell you.
I thought you'd be like, they're all the same person. Because that's like white yuppiedom at its best.
But yeah. And like CrossFit's like, is it ESPN that puts like the CrossFit games on TV?
I think NBC might be airing them in the summer.
Yeah, and CrossFit's got like all the bad sponsorships. It's got like NBC Sports is like the television that like puts them on, and like Reebok is like the shoe company that like sponsors them.
And there's now specific CrossFit shoes.
Yeah, for sure. It's Reebok. It's like Reebok is all about CrossFit.
By the way, when isn't a cross trainer supposed to be the shoe of CrossFit?
One would assume, but I guess not. You need some custom CrossFit shoes. And like it's just culty, right? I don't like anything that's culty.
Okay, so it's like you go there and you talk to each other and you compliment each other. And you know what? I want to go to the gym and I want to get in and out. And you know what? I have enough friends in my life. I don't need any more.
The one thing I do like about CrossFit maybe is that I can win it. It's a workout I can win.
You're right. And that relative to every single thing on this list is not really possible.
I guess the runs, right? You can win the runs too, but most likely you aren't.
Yeah, you're not going to. You've done them. Have you won them?
No, I have not won them. CrossFit, like if there's like 15 people in your gym, you could be the best of the 15, right? Like and get the best time or something like that.
Yeah, but you realize that that's very, very difficult because some of those people do it every single day.
Oh yeah. I would never. That's why I don't do it. I don't want to lose every day.
Also, CrossFit, men in CrossFit, pretty much without fail, work out without their shirts on. That's aggressive to me.
You got to, right? I don't know.
I mean, I've never had a body like that. I wouldn't.
I've only worked out without my shirt on doing one thing that comes later on this list.
And I think we'll get to it. I'll say, like, to me, there's even a difference between, like, running on the lake without your shirt on. Because, like, although there's some vanity to it, getting a tan, fine.
Yeah, I still wouldn't do that. Nobody wants to see how my body moves when I run.
Exactly. See, I can't pull it off.
But I get it more. I get it. 'Cause you're like right by the beach, too.
Yes. I mean, like, you could potentially just go in the water.
Yeah. It's a little different. But you better put your shirt on back on when you're running back home when you take that turn off the path.
Yeah. No one wants you once you're on Diversey. Sorry, buddy. If you're in a car, you need to wear a shirt, and if you're running, you need to wear a shirt. These are just rules.
It's shirtless driving season.
It is shirtless driving season. Today's a great day for shirtless driving.
What's the official car of shirtless driving season? Is it a Jeep Wrangler, or is it like a Ford F-150?
They're both strong candidates, both kind of a different demographic.
Yeah.
Or should it be like Chevy Nova? Because that's just like the white trash person. like an 88 Nova.
I haven't seen a shirtless driver yet this year.
And by the way, there's going to be plenty in the parade today, but they're driving floats. It's an exception.
I agree. Different thing. All right. What's your number 5?
My number 5 is a twist on an old favorite, although I don't think spin's that old. I think it's like maybe the last 15 years.
All right, this is my number 4, so let's just do it together.
Okay, so I have live DJ spin, which is what my gym offers.
Oh, okay. Mine was spin / Soul Cycle, which might be kind of the same thing.
I think Soul Cycle is just like a variant of it, although it's super popular right now.
Yeah. Soul Cycle, I think, is like maybe you have to be like certified to be a Soul Cycle teacher differently than a spin teacher. Like
and I think the classroom's a little bit more intense in the setup. Like it's like stadium seating.
Yeah, something like that. It's like patented or something by some guy, so you have to like pay dues to become like a Soul Cycle instructor.
Okay, but I mean they're the same effing thing.
Yeah, it's the same effing thing. You just ride an exercise bike really aggressively.
Yeah. Now it's Soul Cycle. I'm not familiar with it. Does it tell you how fast you're going and all that? Because I don't know. You could win in spin if there was like metrics.
You might be able to. I need metrics and everything. I need advanced Soul Cycle metrics. Yeah, I don't know. I've never done a spin class. It just seems like really aggressive exercise bike riding. That like if you were just on the exercise bike at the gym doing it, you'd look stupid. So that's why you have to be like in the class to do it.
Here's the thing: you could totally cheat at spin and not work out that hard.
Yeah, really. Yeah, I guess
because it's on you how much weight you put on the wheel.
It's like it. Yeah. Oh, gotcha. I did not know that.
It's a weighted front wheel.
Okay.
So
like an exercise bike, yeah, like the tension on it, right? Like
yeah. So you could just have no weight on it and look like Lance Armstrong, but really not be getting much of a workout. I will always say to me, like the actual best cardio workout I get is running on a treadmill because you have to run at that pace or you will fall.
I think it's running outside. I run very poorly on a treadmill, and I have like really bad form or something, and it hurts my left foot really bad when I run on a treadmill. I don't know why. So running outside for me, but that's the best cardio workout in general. But maybe swimming. I've never really swam as a workout.
You're right, swimming.
But swimming's probably everybody says that's the best one, but
it's an inconvenient workout.
Yeah, you either have to like have a lot of money to have a pool in your backyard, or be willing to go somewhere and like change and do all that. Like it's even more like intensive than just like going to the gym and changing.
Yeah, I mean, like you and I, we work out in the middle of the workday.
Yeah,
like
I can't do that swimming. Yeah. All right. So what's your number 4?
This is where I did pole dancing classes for women, which I don't even know that they're that good a workout. I just like the idea that, like, imagine if you were dating a girl who had a stripper pole in her house, but it wasn't because she was a stripper, it's because she liked this exercise. Now, like, you would never want your parents to come over for dinner, but it would be cool at first.
I have a female friend who takes those classes a lot. Yeah, I don't know. It's just like, leave it to the professionals. You're not as good as them.
I don't even like strip clubs, so I don't even know why this appeals to me that much. I mean, I like beautiful women, I guess. I'm pro that.
Yeah, I'm not a big strip club person, though. I usually, the only time I've ever been to them really is at bachelor parties. I think I went to a strip club once when I was 18. That wasn't a bachelor party. But I went to like maybe like 4 years ago. I went with a bachelor party to this place called the Pink Monkey in Chicago, and their pole is like 20 feet high, and I was honestly just like impressed with the athleticism involved.
It's a lot of core strength.
Yeah, it really was. And I was like getting really worried when they were like climbing to the top of this pole and like hanging upside down. I'm like, you're gonna break your neck.
I wonder how much different that is than like aerial yoga. This is kind of a new trend that didn't make the list.
Oh,
but you
really?
know,
I don't even know about that. Is it?
It's like where women like kind of they use sheets.
Like Cirque du Soleil shit?
It is like very much like Cirque du Soleil shit, but it's getting like popular and getting some traction.
That makes sense. I bet it's similar, like core wise.
Yeah.
You don't ever see like a fat stripper climbing the pole.
I would love to see that.
I would too.
It would be hey, maybe a cruise at Chubby's, Wisconsin Dells.
All right, so that was your number 4.
That's my number 4.
My number 4 we already talked about. We just talked about was the spinning Soul Cycle. So I will just go up to number 3. This is one I put 2 here because they're kind of related, and they're both current, like relatively current videos that you watch, and it's P90X / the Insanity Workout. I've done the Insanity Workout, not like everyone. My wife like did it, but I would like do it with her once in a while. And it's a crazy workout. And there's this really annoying guy named Sean T who like hosts like the videos and is like yelling at you to do stuff. The difference between, they're all about muscle confusion. They love to talk about muscle confusion. They're confusing your muscles, Brendan, and that's why you're getting a good workout. It's just like plyometric shit. For the most part, and they like change at different days. And the difference is Insanity, you don't have to have any equipment, which is why that's the one that my wife did, because we didn't have like.
Did she do it in your apartment?
In my old place, which was we had like it was like a big room kind of.
Okay, was there like still like things like burpees and like jumping and stuff?
Yeah,
I've always wondered how that would, like, if my neighbor was doing that in my apartment, would I be like, what is going on?
So the place that we did it when I used to live was like a big loft place with like cement ceilings and stuff. And like our ceilings were like 17 feet high. So like you didn't really hear people that much as long as they weren't wearing heels. If somebody was wearing heels or like dress shoes, you could hear them walking. But besides that, you never really heard anything. And she wouldn't do it like in the middle of the night.
No, but I've always wondered that about like just like doing that in my apartment, how it would work.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good workout. Like it's a serious workout, those things. But like with PNX, you need like pull-up bars, which I don't have a pull-up bar, and I don't trust those pull-up bars that you like put under your door frames. I feel like I'll just die if I use one.
Yeah, I mean, I don't trust it. Also, still can't. I don't know that I've ever done a pull-up, so I have definitely never done a pull-up where my fists are not facing out, which is the cheater way to do it.
So wait,
you know when you go to gym.
So you've only done it with like your fingers facing towards you?
Yes.
Which is the easier way to do it. I think I call that a chin. I call that a chin up and the other one a pull up. Okay. I don't know if that's actually correct though. That's just what I said.
I mean, one is definitely harder.
Yeah, fingers out is much harder, and I think that's like the real way to do a pull up. Which back to CrossFit, they just every pull up they do is cheating.
Cheaters, I knew it.
They just like they kick their legs like frantically as they're doing pull ups. They like kip up on everyone.
Yeah. I mean, I can't probably do more than one chin up, so I don't. Whatever. I'm still going to criticize him.
Yeah, go for it. That's what it's all about. This is just an excuse for two like not in shape guys to criticize people for working out.
I'm in the best shape of my life, whatever that says about my body type. I don't know. But this is it, baby.
What's your number 3?
My number 3 is, and this is actually a lesson to Steve, you being a new father, which we hadn't touched on yet. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And in 2004, the original summer of Murph, I was a summer camp counselor. There have now been several iterations. This is the 4th summer of Mirth we're in the middle of. I was a summer camp counselor in northern Minnesota, and I think I've probably talked about this on the show before. And there was a guy named Justin Seibert, and he was just a very enthusiastic guy and hilarious. And so one day he's like, dude, these kids will do anything if you sell it right. And I'm like, I don't know, man. Like, I can't get them to make their bed. He's like, just watch. So he starts an activity called water aerobics because we're on a lake.
Yeah.
He buys like headbands and like he's like walking around. He's like, guys, got to come to water aerobics today. Got to come to water aerobics today. 45 kids came to water aerobics. Not because they even really knew what it was, but just like when everyone got behind it, and everyone's like, water aerobics is awesome. The kids were like, well, water aerobics must be awesome. All these 25-year-old guys want to do it.
Did they come back to it a second time though?
Oh yeah, it was a 3-day block, so they had to go for 3 days.
That's amazing. I've seen water aerobics. The only place I've ever seen water aerobics is like when you're at like an all-inclusive resort and they're like, you can work out this morning by doing water aerobics with our party posse in the pool at 9 a.m.
Also, he did not know what water aerobics was, so it's just making it up.
He's like standing in water, like
one of them. Like we had this. It was so summer campy. We had this thing called the weenie that you had to run across, and that was like part of water aerobics. It's like running the weenie.
What was the weenie?
It was shaped like a wiener, and it was rubber, and you had to run across it.
It was like on water. Like, could you fall off of it?
On water, yes, you could fall. I probably tried to do that 200 times in my life and never once made it to the end.
Oh man,
balance, not my strength.
How long was the weenie? I mean, I always care about how long weenies are.
I would say 10 feet.
Oh, so it's like kind of half floating kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, but then it gets wet and it rotates.
Okay. It's a mess.
It's a wet wiener mess.
Seems like something I would want to try out. That 10-foot weenie.
It was black, for the record.
Well, of course. So, what's your number 2?
This is something I do almost. I probably do it today before I go to the parade to have some good, arm definition type stuff going on. I do yoga 3-4 times a week. I love it. It's very peaceful and tranquil for me. It's like, when I started doing a lot of yoga, I was dating a girl who did a lot of CrossFit, and I just found them to be such competing affectations because she's like needed to have like the metrics and needed it to be super intense. And I just was like, well, and that's totally cool if that's your thing. For me, like this is way better to like get out of your own head and just like have like moments of where you're working out but not thinking about anything else in the world.
Yeah, there's a chillness to it.
There's a chillness. So yoga for me is great. And I think it's helped me get in pretty good shape. I mean, better shape than I've been in. And I also have like back problems, things like that. So personally, I very much enjoyed yoga. I even can kind of, even though I think all religion is bullshit, kind of get into the spiritual side of it. Because it's not like there's a god of yoga that I'm praying to.
Well, you're not doing Bikram then.
So that's my number 2.
I'll talk more about yoga in a sec here. So my number 2 is something I had to do in gym class, and I've talked to multiple people about this, and they've had to do it in gym class, and it's Tae Bo.
In gym class, really?
Yeah, multiple people I talked to. Tae Bo, hosted by Billy Blanks.
I almost said Billy Vance.
Tae Bo, we had to do, and everybody I talked to about this in gym class, it was the same deal. It was like a day when you're supposed to do something outside and it rained. And you're like, let's throw in the Tae Bo video in gym class. Punch and kick the air for 45 minutes. It was really lazy backup plan. It's a real workout. It was just hilarious. Billy Blanks is a hilarious, just like a tiny dude who just like overcompensated his whole life by working out and is like trying really hard to he turned like karate or like martial arts into some like aerobic thing that he profited a shit ton of money off of. Which, hey, good for Billy Blanks. I think he's tried since then to come up with other things that haven't been as popular. But Taibo is a pretty big thing back in the day. I think there was a lot of infomercials and stuff for it.
Oh yeah, I would say that was probably the most popular infomercial fitness program. Although P90X like 3-4 years ago was huge.
Yeah, P90X big time. Yeah, P90X muscle confusion. Yeah, but yeah, that was a big one too. People did like P90X will get you in good shape, and you know what? You can. I don't know how great a shape you'll get in from Taibo, but I think you could lose weight.
Oh, dude, like the kickboxing stuff. That's no joke either.
Yeah, you do those cross knees that like work out your abs. That's the the go-to Taibo.
You could get pretty cut if you do all of these for the most part. If you follow like a diet and do these
things, you'll get in good shape. Yeah,
to the letter of the law, you'll probably get in pretty good shape.
Outside of Wii Fit.
Yeah, I mean water aerobics, exercise, but DMX's thug workout, that'll get you in shape.
Were you just like throwing chains?
There's a whole. There's so many of these videos on YouTube. We might put one on the page later in the week.
Reminded me of a video I saw once of these guys at Venice Beach. This is another workout thing before I get to my number one that I just remembered. These guys at Venice Beach doing something they called chain banging. So they're like these big muscle heads on Venice Beach, and they just wear these gigantic chains around their neck. Like each of the links in the chain is like multiple pounds.
I thought you were gonna be like they're maesters. The Citadel, and that's why they wear these chains around their neck.
They are maesters, kind of, in a way. They got their workout chain, their workout link. And they just like walk around. All these dudes wear giant chains that weigh like, I don't know, like 50-pound chains, and walk around like doing like lunges and squats and like walk around talking to other muscle heads. This is what they do like when they can't get on a machine, like when they can't get to like the big stacks of like weights outside at Venice Beach and like Muscle Beach. And they call it chain banging.
Okay.
It was a hilarious thing I watched once.
Forever, Lou Ferrigno will be part of Venice Beach.
Yeah.
Because of that movie.
Him and Schwarzenegger. And then my number one was yoga, which you talked about. It's parts of it have been cheapened. I think like Core Power has kind of cheapened yoga. I feel like anybody can be a Core Power yoga instructor. Like it's like the University of Phoenix online of yoga. You can just like go in and take like one class and you're an instructor if you want to do it.
And it's not really yoga. A lot of times they have like a ton of weights and it's super intense.
Yeah. But I'm for a guy who hasn't done a lot of yoga, I just claim to be a Bikram man. And if you want a god of yoga to pray to, it's that weird Bikram dude. And
though, yeah, he's got some Cosby to his resume. I read a whole article about Vanity Fair. Not a good guy.
Hey, what guy leading any religion is a totally good guy?
You're right.
There's always some skeletons buried in the closet. Talk to L. Ron Hubbard about that. But yeah, it's the heat. Just sweat it out. And like I said before, this is the only workout I've ever done shirtless was Bikram yoga.
I've done a lot of yoga. I've never done Bikram. I don't think I could do it. I mean, last Sunday I went to the gym super hungover.
Yeah,
and I was going to do yoga, and the air conditioning was broken in the room, so it was probably in the 80s. And like 15 minutes in, I have never quit on. It's the first time in my life I've quit on a class at the gym. Like you can just half-ass it usually if you're not feeling great.
So,
but I just can't do this today.
Bikram, I think like some of the things like aren't as intensive, like some of like the like stances or whatever they're called.
There's probably more like resting to it, I'm sure.
Yeah,
I mean, like, they don't want you to die.
No, and they tell you just to stop and lay down, like if you're like overexerted. Like when I went in, also, and they tell you not to drink too much water. So like what I was told to do, and I did, is I brought in actually like a full water bottle that was like a big like a Nalgene style bottle, or not a Nalgene, but whatever. It's like a bottle of that size, completely frozen. So then like you couldn't drink too, because if you drink it too fast, like it doesn't, like you're so hot, like it doesn't like go well. So when it's completely frozen, you can't drink it too fast, and you can like sip it as it goes along. And it will all melt by the end of it.
Okay.
It will 100% melt by the end of it. But yeah, I try to win at yoga is my problem.
It's tough to do.
I don't know. I felt like I did pretty good. The one time I Bikram'd it up. All right. But yeah, yoga is awesome. And yoga has given us one other great thing that we haven't talked about, and that's yoga pants.
Yeah, I mean, that's not really a fashion trend. It's just it's a gift to the world.
All right. So what's your number one?
My number one, and this is specific to like my it exists elsewhere, but I definitely think it's most popular around here at my gyms, the Chicago Athletic Clubs. And it's called Body Pump. It's circuit training.
Okay.
And I actually I like it because there's one instructor that I just think his name is Jimmy Hyde. If you look at his profile, he's the unofficial
Shout out to
mayor of
Jimmy
Boys Town.
Hyde.
Shout out to Jimmy Hyde. Jimmy Hyde, who's having twins with his lover Benji.
Oh, nice.
So you guys might be like hanging out at the twin parties.
We could have twin parties. Yeah.
And one girl came up to him after class and was like, "Was it planned?" And I was like, "They're two gay dudes with a surrogate."
Well, I don't know if was she asking if the twin part was
I know
planned?
it was just a funny question. I could see like the logic in it, and I'm guessing the twins were not planned.
Yeah, they probably it's probably.
I don't really think
IVF
you can plan on it.
Because it's like IVF or whatever. They throw a couple in,
Yeah,
and you might get one right, like however it works.
yeah. And that's also like a personal thing. Like, I don't know their surrogate situation, and maybe they don't want to talk about. I mean, like,
Yeah, I wouldn't get. You're not close enough to that person to like really like get
even if they're your body pump instructor. But he does like a stand-up comedy routine, and he's super gay. And so there's like 90% gay guys, like 10% attractive women, and me in this class. So he'll say things like, "All right, guys, go down 6 inches, and not what you think 6 inches is." LOL. And things like that. The gay peanut gallery just goes wild. There was one time he brought up this beautiful Asian woman and was like, "Look at those buns of steel. Too bad no one here appreciates them because we're all gay." And I wanted to be like, "Except for me. Yo, back here in the back, right corner. Wearing the Soundgarden t-shirt."
I love that you're working on a Soundgarden t-shirt.
I just need to identify. I mean, it is very clear that I'm like clashing and wearing like a mid-90s rock band t-shirt that I'm probably not amongst the peanut gallery.
I want the t-shirt just to be like a zoomed in of like Kim Thile's like face and hair. Because that's what I'm picturing the like a black t-shirt with that. Like,
oh, it's definitely a black t-shirt.
Yeah, it sounds like a solid class. It's entertainment is like the entertainment / distraction is a key to a good workout.
You want to forget you're working out.
Yeah, 100%. My normal workout is going to the gym and either going on a treadmill or elliptical and watching TMZ. Because
you do love you some TMZ.
That's just we don't have the greatest like TV station selection at the gym in my office building, and so like the time I go, like TMZ is the best thing on. It's just like TMZ, or sometimes there's a baseball game on, but TMZ is pretty much more entertaining than that. And it's like TMZ or Maury are like the best two things on like 1 p.m. when I'm down there.
Because ESPN isn't even an option.
No, ESPN is not an option, or else even if ESPN was an option, it'd be like First Take would be on.
Yeah.
Right? Like, or like college baseball or tennis or something.
I watched the College World Series a little bit.
Yeah, sadly Illinois didn't get there, so I stopped watching it.
It was like more entertaining to me than pro baseball. I don't know why.
Because it's I don't know, maybe more on the line each game. Maybe you can only lose like twice.
Yeah,
you can only lose once. Really, you can lose once if you lose the second time you're out. Yeah. Well, it's good to get back here
good to get back in the saddle.
Back in the saddle. It's been a while since we actually talked. A little longer than people who listen realized.
Yeah, I mean, Steve has obviously been busy, having doubled down on childbirth.
Yeah, it's an experience, guys. it's an experience.
How is your sleep schedule right now?
Over the weekends it's fine. They're knock on wood. Like I think they're sleeping better than like I hoped. Like I would have hoped they would have been. But I mean, I still have to get up during the night. And my wife's a champ, and like, she has to do way more. There's like way more. Like, I can only do so much during these like wake up sessions, you know.
You do have physical limitations.
Yeah, but she's a champ, and if like they wake up like the second time, like if I have to get up and like by like 6:30, and she kind of just handles it if she wakes up at like 5 or whatever to do it at that time. But I'll be up helping at like the midnight or 2 a.m. feedings.
Jess Arendas, you are a champ.
Yeah. So it's been a while, and if you like this, you should subscribe to it if you haven't already subscribed to it on iTunes or Stitcher or whatever your podcast weapon of choice is. Also, if you want to get at us, if you think we forgot something, because there's a million things. Like, we didn't even talk shake weight. You can email us at firstoftheworst@gmail.com. Like, there's so many things we could have talked about on this. If you want to bring them up, if you have a good one to talk about, we'll mention it next week. Firstoftheworst@gmail.com, or you can tweet us at firstoftheworst. You can post on our Facebook page. If you haven't liked it, you can like it. Just First of the Worst. Pretty easy to find. We post stuff there. Every once in a while, I'll post something on a Tumblr. Something like to go along with it. I don't really know. Maybe I'll post a picture of Tony Little or something this week in case you don't know who he is. But that's pretty much it. Thanks for listening, everybody.
Yeah, thanks, gang. We will be back next week.
Yeah.
Same place, same time. And look forward to hearing from you then.
All right, later. All right. I'm not restarting here though, Brendan. I'm not stopping this. We're going into extra time.
We're going into overtime, as they call it on Real Time with Bill Maher.
Overtime.
This may or may not. This is the director's cut. This may or may not make it.
It might even be released in a second small podcast during the week. It's not even posted on our Facebook page. Who knows if this comes to the light of day.
I have this idea. I have all these ideas, but I want to do a clip show and call it Best of the Worst, which is actually going to be the original title of this podcast until someone else had it. But I think for a best of, we can still do that.
Yeah, for sure.
Plus, clip shows are just honestly, clip shows are so terrible.
Do you ever? Did you watch Community, the TV show?
I did, but I could never like stick with it.
It's so weird. Yeah, I'm like the other person that stuck with it. I'm even watching them now that they're like being broadcast on Yahoo. They did a clip show that was fake. Like they just made the clips, which was amazing. They just made all these fake clips, and there was like a fake blooper part of it too.
Do clip shows still exist? Like Seinfeld did a clip show.
I think the last clip show, I actually just read a thing about it, was The Office was like the last big show to do a clip show.
The Office did do one.
And like it was weird
because it well.
Yeah, but a lot of people didn't like understand it because like younger people like aren't used to the clip shows.
That's funny.
But yeah, a lot has happened since we talked last time.
Game of Thrones has come to a conclusion. It always makes me so sad when it's done because, you know, it's only 10 episodes. And I know this is how all the HBO shows are.
Like
actually, but even most of the HBO shows run like 13 oftentimes. So, I mean, I thought it was a really good year.
Yeah. And I don't think Jon Snow's going to stay dead.
No. Anyway,
there's no effing way he's staying dead. He might stay dead for like part of next season and come back, or like the whole season and come back in the next season. I don't know, but he's not dead. There's no way.
So I was at a party yesterday, an engagement party, which actually was fun. And I'm not usually like a pro engagement party person. It's kind of an unnecessary thing. But this one was just like a kegger. So this one was just a party with the theme being that they got engaged. And I was walking, and it was in Oak Park, and it was like a pretty big party. And I was walking, and my friends rented a porta potty, which is a genius move. So it was in the alley. So I was going to the porta potty in the alley. I heard a guy who's like us, who's like the Game of Thrones know-it-all, who's read the books, who was like talking to two guys who have just watched a TV show. And it sounded so ridiculously dorky from the outside. I was like, oh, God, that's how I sound.
He's like exactly how he sounds.
He's like talking about Beric Dondarrion and the Banner Brotherhood Without Banners, and they're like totally mesmerized by the whole thing. And I wanted to be like, well, yeah, obviously everyone knows about the Brotherhood if you've read the wiki or the books.
People have even mentioned that, like, who haven't read the books have been like, yeah, remember when that dude brought a guy back to life?
It may never come back in the show, though.
Yeah, but like that might be the reason it was on the show, so that like we know it's possible.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I think at that point in the series, they didn't exactly know what was going to be in the later seasons.
Yeah, I don't know either. Yeah, that's true.
Because I think that was season 2.
Yeah. I'm going to talk around something here, but there's another like big thing that people who've read the books want on the show. You know what I'm talking about?
With the Brotherhood, kind of?
Kind of, yes.
Yeah.
I think if that comes to the show, it will be what maybe prevented Brienne from killing Stannis if she didn't kill Stannis.
They didn't show it.
Yeah. I think it could be, they could tie that in with that storyline, which would be about another person who's not dead. There's a few people who might not be dead. There's a few, right?
I mean, like, we don't know what's going on with Benjen Stark. At this point, we would assume he's like some sort of White Walker. but he's
Yeah.
definitely still involved. They talk about him so much.
Yeah. Yeah, they brought him up as like that was like the lure that got Jon Snow.
That was like the impetus to
stabbed.
get Jon Snow. Yeah.
Yeah, he might be around somewhere. The Hound, we never saw him die. Arya never finished.
Yeah,
him.
and in the books, there's definitely it's a mystery if he's alive or dead.
Yeah, there's a character in the books that like might be him, but we don't know.
Because they can do that in the books.
Because you cannot see like a different character who doesn't know what he looks like can meet this person. And they don't know like who it is, and you can't see them actually.
Although the Hound is like one of the guys who seemingly everyone knows because he's so big.
Yeah.
Face is so burned up.
Yeah. But
how about so when they brought back the Mountain, that's clearly going to be a thing next season, huh?
It's got to be like that. Hasn't happened in the books yet, right?
No.
Or actually, it happened right. I think kind of the same thing happened, right? It was like Qyburn was like, "Oh, your thing is ready." Yeah, she's just going to go on a fucking rampage.
Yep.
If you think Cersei learned a damn lesson, it's that she's going to fuck up shit. Is what the lesson she learned is.
Also, did Tommen take a vow of silence in the books?
I don't know. Did he take a vow of silence in the show?
That's what they said at the end. That he is going to take a vow of silence until all his enemies have been avenged or something along those lines.
I think that's not Tommen. I think that's the Knight. That's the Mountain.
Knight.
Which
That's
I don't even think he
Mountain.
can talk anyway. I don't
Yeah.
think he could talk anyway.
Okay.
That was just like the excuse they're giving for having like this like mutant Frankenstein mountain.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think Tommen playing with Sir Pounce.
Tommen is a weak king.
Yeah, he's the worst king they've had. Way worse king than Joffrey. Fact.
Well, because Joffrey would never have let any of this shit happen.
No. It would have never happened. I mean, he's a scumbag. He's a way worse person than Tommen. But
He just would have, like, Tommen could have just had his Kingsguard just go in there and slaughter all those people.
100%.
Remember?
Yeah. 100%. I've gone so deep as to read like casting for next season. Like even though it hasn't like the characters they're casting for next season, they don't even have the names of the characters, just like descriptions of the characters. And
Yeah, well, you think they're bringing the Kingsmoot will be part of next season.
or like something to do with those guys is being part. I think there might be they might merge a few of those Greyjoy characters into like a couple instead of having like 4 of them, having like 2 of them or something. Like 2 of the Greyjoys might be one character. They do that on the show sometimes.
I'm super excited for Daenerys and the Dothraki. I did not see that coming.
That happens in the books.
It does?
Yeah.
Man, my retention is shit.
That 100% happens at the end of the books. But it kind of leaves it where it is too. Like it's just kind of like there they are. This is it. You don't like know like I don't know anything else that happens.
I mean, like of all the characters, Daenerys' whole thing is like she's like Odysseus.
Kind of, yeah.
Every time something comes up and it just takes her away from where she's supposed to go.
Also, this is not a book thing, but like Dario and Jorah's like road trip they're gonna go on. One of those dudes is 100% gonna try to kill the other one, right?
Well, Jorah's dying though, right?
Yeah, but like they both love her. They're not just playing games here together. Jorah's gonna try to kill him.
Dario has a lot of respect for Jorah. I feel he a couple of times kind of stuck up for him, and he told Daenerys that she didn't have to kill him.
I also think Dario is a different person than he says he is in the books.
And that's not the worst.
I don't know if that'll happen in the show or if
that's not the worst point, but it does.
I don't even know if that's who it is in the book. I don't even know.
But it does seem like your theory is
if they're bringing the Greyjoys back, if it's true, we'll figure out this next season.
So, but the timing of that does seem like your theory doesn't work.
They're getting him out of they're getting him away from her so he can maybe do some other stuff. I don't know.
Well, he also could be. I mean, we don't know like the whole John Connington situation. Maybe he's actually,
or if that's
that person
that might be in the show. Or I think Jorah's kind of taking that guy's role.
Okay, so maybe that
because isn't John Connington the guy who gets grayscale in the books?
Yes, but maybe Dario is the guy that's with John Connington in the books.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, that's probably a reach, but
all that stuff. So to change the subject here, True Detective. We've also been big True Detective guys on the pod here.
I thought it was great. I've heard like most people seem not to have liked it. Like, what's not to like? It was just setting up the season.
it was really try-hardy, didn't you think?
Okay,
Like, we're gonna try
Colin
so
Farrell's
hard.
character is so crazy. It's so clearly based on like the Matthew McConaughey situation.
Colin Farrell's the best character.
But you get what I'm saying?
Why-
Like, the
here's my
character
big
is-
question. Here's my big question. Why does everybody talk like this on this show? They all talk like Batman. Every single character, including the women.
Yeah, you're right.
Like, they're trying so hard to make it dark. Like, they're going over the top. I think it seems a little over the top compared, even as crazy as last season one. The first episode seemed like they're trying really hard.
But the crime isn't as heinous to date.
I don't know, to date so far. I don't know. Yeah, it didn't seem that good. Clearly, Vince Vaughn's into some stuff. Maybe, right? I don't know. But we'll
Like,
see.
It's totally possible that Colin Farrell just ends up being the bad guy too. Like, I mean,
Well, he's clearly tied in.
yeah. And then like Taylor Kitsch is the good guy.
Is he though? Maybe everybody's kind of a bad guy. Everybody's kind of a good guy. The good guy is gonna be, my prediction is what's her face? McAdams.
Well, yeah, there's nothing, as far as we can tell, the only thing she has is daddy issues.
Yeah, she's got daddy issues.
They didn't even need to show her dad to show that. Just that opening scene
With that guy.
with the guy. I
Poor
don't know.
Steve. Poor Steve. Just wanted to really have a nice relationship. And she's clearly, what do you think was the weird sex act that like she pulled on Steve? And
I think something to his butt would be my guess.
he was like, whoa, I didn't know you were into that. It caught me off guard. This is like alluded around it. She's like, maybe I am, but I want to talk about it right now.
Because my dad doesn't love me.
That was great. Did you watch Black Entourage?
Yeah, it was bad.
I'm
Right?
all in on Black Entourage. It's gonna be so much better than White Entourage. Because anything black is better than anything white.
Blues music, basketball players, presidents.
All these cameos.
I watched all of them. I watched the Jack Black show.
I did not watch that one yet.
It looks like it could be funny.
I don't know. That's gonna be one of maybe just sits on the back burner for me unless I start hearing really.
I mean,
good
you haven't
things
seen
about it.
Veep yet, so
I saw the first like half of the first season,
okay.
which I was like,
As
"That's
if, like,
fine." You know,
as if,
like
like,
my
in the past few
problem
weeks.
is I don't like politics on my TV shows.
But it's not really about politics. It's just about like how self-absorbed and terrible all these people are. It's like Arrested Development of politics.
So here's the thing. Don't love Arrested Development as much as everybody else.
It's okay.
Yeah, like it's not a bad show, but I haven't gone on my way to watch like the new Arrested Development episodes. On
Oh
Netflix.
well, they sucked
Did they? So
Yeah.
it's not a thing I should really like worry
No.
about.
because the strength of Arrested Development was it was an ensemble cast, and then each episode was like the same story from someone else's vantage point. So then each episode was just like not the ensemble cast essentially.
It was like Rashomon.
It was like yes, it was.
Rashomon,
It
Arrested
was like
Development.
Rashomon of Arrested Development. Although I haven't seen that movie, but
No, like I'm like the only person that has because I took an international film class. But everybody kind of knows what it is.
yeah, the other movies have done that too.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, to some extent, like Tarantino movies. Isn't Reservoir Dogs kind of like that?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, it's a thing that's done. It's a different story.
But Tarantino famously steals from foreign directors.
Isn't the TV show The Affair like the entire thing? Is that like half the show is shown from like one member, like the wife, and the other half is shown from Jimmy McNulty, who's cheating on her perspective?
I mean, getting back to GOT, that's what Game of Thrones is.
Different perspectives.
Different
In the book,
perspectives.
in the book,
in the book. Yeah.
In the book specifically, there'll be chapters that kind of like cover the same thing, but from different people's points of view. In the show, like they don't do that because they're both just there and you see it.
Yeah, the show is just a narrative, just a straight up like things are happening in the same time frame in different places.
Yeah, for sure.
What did you think of NBA Draft Day?
Draft day.
Not the movie, the actual draft.
Oh God, they need to make Draft Day 2 starring him as an NBA GM.
Well, or it could be like a black GM, and it'll be better than Draft Day 1.
Oh man, who would it be? Who was the black Kevin Costner? Dennis Hasbert?
Is that how? I mean, I don't want to shit on Denny Hasbert, but
No, I think he's better than Costner.
I mean, but Costner's fallen that low. Costner was like the #1 box office star in the world.
You're right, but like, what does he do these days? Like, Draft Day is like his biggest movie.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. He hasn't done like a movie of even any sort of.
No, well, the draft was cool. I mean, I always enjoy it.
I think the Lakers are just like, it annoys me. The Lakers' life, shit just works out. Like they're definitely getting Love, Aldridge, or maybe Cousins, but I doubt Cousins. I doubt Cousins because I doubt they'll give up Russell. So like they'll just be like, we'll just take Kobe, Russell, and Aldridge, and just roll.
They got to give up Russell to do the trade too.
For Cousins, yeah, that's why I don't think they'll do it. I think they'll be like, you know what, we'll just get Aldridge and we'll be cool with this, which like makes sense to me.
Yeah, they'll get Aldridge or Love.
I honestly think Love is the most likely
because I think Aldridge is going to Texas. He's from Texas. All those teams probably have openings except for maybe Dallas because he kind of plays the same position as Dirk. You can't really play Dirk and Aldridge.
But Dallas always seems to be able to like make cap room.
Yeah, well, they Monte Ellis is off the books, so they got money. They'll figure it out. Cuban will figure it out.
Spurs, please, Spurs. I hate the Rockets.
The Spurs will have to figure something out, though, money-wise, too, right?
Duncan and Ginobili are free agents. They'll just take less.
Yeah. And then they have to let, like Danny Green go or something.
Yeah, who I do love Danny Green.
But you'll let him go to have LaMarcus Aldridge on your team.
Yeah.
Every time.
I mean, shit, I would love Danny Green on the Bulls.
I think they might have to dump Splitter, too. They have to, like, get rid of Splitter.
Splitter's overpaid. He makes more than, like, Taj does.
I think that's the hard part is getting rid of him.
But, like, maybe that's the hard part. I could see that being, like, somewhat of an encumbrance, but
they'll figure it out.
NBA teams need guys like that. I mean, like, he's a value.
Yeah.
Although less so. Because, like, he's just such an offensive black hole. And
yeah, you kind of hate the guy the Bulls picked, Bobby Portis.
Everyone else likes it, so hopefully they're right.
I don't know. I kind of liked it. I mean, it's not like my all-time favorite. Once that pick came about, I was fine with it because I didn't really know who. There wasn't anybody else I really, really wanted.
Relative to value, where they were picking, it seems like they got pretty good value.
I had really talked myself into Jerian Grant, but he wasn't there by the time they picked.
I think they liked him.
He's like the right role.
I never had heard Portis mentioned with the Bulls, but I guess that most mocks had him going earlier.
Yeah, he was going like late lottery.
So maybe he'll be good. I mean, I don't think that like this means they can trade Taj.
He's actually like 6'10", which is good. I looked that up. Like he's like really like
6'10" and a half.
Yeah, which is like good height. Like right.
Yeah.
I thought they might trade Taj though. Either way, it seemed like they might trade Taj.
Oh, they still might, but like this doesn't make that they won't need to replace Taj in some form. You know, like.
Yeah, if they trade Taj now, they still need to bring in. They'll need to bring in like some like vet.
Yeah,
some like cheap vet that can just bang a little bit and get some rebounds.
Like I don't know, like Reggie Evans or something.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking of. Some cheap vet that just get rebounds. Then hopefully maybe Bobby is playable towards the end of the year. Like he starts to learn something. If not, you just stick with that vet for the whole year.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be.
I can't wait for like Stacey King calling this guy Bobby every game is going to be great.
Yeah. When he plays, which, well, since Thibodeau's not coaching, maybe he actually will.
Yeah, we don't know if they're going to redshirt guys anymore.
I mean, I'm still getting prepared for Tony Snell starting small forward, which is terrifying to me.
Yeah, that's why you got to trade Taj.
Yeah, we went through some possibilities. I'm like the trade Taj for the cheap rookie guy on his rookie contract who might be able to be good.
Yeah. Yeah, but I need just like a guy who can play. I guess I got to start getting.
We don't know what Taj's value is either.
He's also hurt, right? He's getting surgery or had surgery. Just had surgery.
He might be hard to trade. I mean, who on this team is really tradable? Like without like a caveat.
Jimmy,
Gasol, and Jimmy probably.
Jimmy, Gasol. That's pretty much it. You could trade Powell.
Oh yeah, you could trade Powell because he doesn't make that much money and he's only got 2 years left now.
Yeah, you could probably trade Joe.
Well, then that's something they
not for as much as you used to be able to, but you could still definitely trade Joe. You can't really. It's tough to trade him though, because then you're just like banking on like a 40-year-old dude.
I mean, yeah, they can't really afford to lose anyone. In truth, like losing Taj would hurt. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, I hope that Dunleavy will take a discount and stay. We're banking on like none of these guys to get any worse at all, and hopefully, like guys get better.
Derek and Jimmy.
Yeah.
And Tony.
And
Joe just has to like. He doesn't even have to be as good as he was 2 years ago. He just has to be better, like somewhere in the middle.
I mean, he has to be healthy. That's really what it is, and it's not clear if that's possible. So, what else is going on? You guys have a good weekend? I mean, I guess you were probably.
Oh, we went to a 1-year-old birthday party.
Oh wow! It's
for like an hour.
First party.
That's about as much. Oh, this is actually their second party. They went to a rooftop margarita Saturday party the week before.
Oh, you've been taking him out on the town, huh?
Yeah, about an hour. You get like an hour. If we time it right, they'll just sleep through the whole thing.
We did time the podcast right today, huh?
Apparently, I mean, it's tough to plan it that much in advance, right? But like when I can see that they sleep a little better during the day, it seems like.
Okay.
It's the evening where I have problems.
Because I saw that text from.
I can't hear you. Did you hit a button on your mic? Nothing. Nothing. Maybe we just call this a pod. Just end this right now.
I guess.
Oh, there you are.
Hey, hello.
That was weird.
No, my mic became unplugged.
Oh, okay.
I was moving around because I haven't eaten anything today. So I got some cereal. But
nice. So
sorry, what were we saying?
About taking the kids out and just having them sleep.
Yeah, well, that's good.
Yeah.
And is B still there?
She'll be back Tuesday.
So she took the weekend off.
Yeah, she's taking the weekends off.
Well, that's good.
And then my mom will be here Monday to help.
Well, cool, man.
That's what I worry the most is like when I'm here we can handle it, but like when I go to work, man, like she's outnumbered.
What's the nanny plan going to be?
Get a nanny. I don't know.
Or
not
daycare.
for a while. Nanny. A nanny's cheaper than sending 2 kids to daycare where we live.
That's crazy.
Just get some like Mexican nanny, which is good. Jess wants them to speak Spanish. I'm down with that.
Oh yeah. I mean, that's absolutely. I mean, that's just an added bonus.
And like we have ins on that because like Jess can communicate a little better with them.
Mm-hmm.
Especially depending on how their English is too and all that. But yeah.
Well, good, man. I don't know. I don't know if there's anything here we want to use. Probably not.
Probably not. That's fine. It's easy to edit.
But cool. I thought that was a good pod. I like the topic.
Yeah. So then next week we'll do the drinking holidays.
Yeah, and truthfully, I